Hello. You often ask me about the concept of custom fields. Custom fields are something very useful for your business, and you'll soon understand why. They are often underused, so I recommend you watch the video carefully, and you'll definitely see the benefit, especially if you're not using custom fields to their full potential. I often hear, I can't find the field I want, there's some information missing in a certain place. Well, it's thanks to custom fields that you'll be able to handle that. Let's take a closer look. Let's get started. We're going to go straight into your settings, and I'll click on settings to immediately check out what interests us here. Custom fields. How does it work? It's important to understand that you have two columns here. Let's look at the column on the right first. This is the list of all your custom fields. It's really a comprehensive list of everything you can add. This is what you have in your to-go database. You can add as many as you want. I'm going to do a test because when I send a document to my clients, I'd like to have the hotel's Wi-Fi code. That's something I can find right now. I'm going to click on the plus sign. You'll find your new field at the very bottom. And now you'll be able to name it personally. I like to add a bit of visual flair. This is my Wi-Fi access. Here, this is the technical name. This is the one that will appear for you. Remember that you have your translations here depending on the language. So here, I'm going to call it Wi-Fi access, for example, or just Wi-Fi access. And then in French, I'll call it Votre accès Wi-Fi. There we go. Your Wi-Fi, let's keep it simple. Your Wi-Fi. So I've added my translations. That way, if I make a quote or a travel book, it will display it in my client's language and will automatically select the right translation. Here, I've added a custom field to my list of available options. For now, it isn't assigned anywhere in To-Go. That means if you go look in your supplier and want to add this field, you won't find it. You need to tell To-Go exactly where you want to add this field. And that's the purpose of this first column. You can see here that you have 18 options, 18 places in To-Go where you can add this custom field. In my case, I talked about a hotel with Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi code that I want to add. So a hotel is information that you'll find in the supplier. So I'm going to look for my supplier here. You see I have it here. When I click on supplier on the right, you'll see the different fields that have been activated in this list. So we're going to look for the field I just created, which is called Wi-Fi access. I'm going to click on it. Once I've clicked on it, I'll automatically find it in the place I wanted, which is supplier. Let's go. We're going to look at my list of suppliers. I'll take any hotel, aulas. Here you can see on the right that I have all my custom fields. I have the little plus sign that appears. And in the list, you can see that Wi-Fi access does appear. You just have to click the plus to add it to your available fields. And now automatically my Wi-Fi access appears. For the Aulas Hotel, the Wi-Fi code is 1234. So I enter the information here. And so now, from the moment I go to retrieve a quote in which I've added the Aulas Hotel, you can see here, by the way, this is a new font style, so don't hesitate to have fun with that. I also took the liberty of using slightly larger fonts for better document readability. This is just an example. And so here I find what interests me, the field I wanted to display, which is the Wi-Fi access 1234. So you see, it's really important to have these fields that we want to use in certain places. Here, I used it in a quote. Obviously, it would make more sense to do this in a travel book because that's where travelers need precise information. It's not necessarily at the time of the quote, but it's just to show you the possibilities you have. I mentioned the possibility of adding a custom field for the supplier. You've understood that I can do this in many different places. Here I looked at the supplier, but you can do it for your information form that you send to your clients. If you have a cycling activity and you want to include the bike sizes, well, you'll create a custom field on the form. Do you want to have specific information that you'll add in logistics? You'll be able to do it direct. So of course, each time you can add more. I'm here, and don't hesitate to be curious. If you're here, for example, in your logistics, you're used to working with it daily. You no longer think about how your to-go is set up, but each time you're forced to write down information in notes. That's a bit general. Don't hesitate to organize yourself to say, hey, this is a specific piece of information I have every time, so I want it to appear globally. So if you don't see two custom fields here that interest you, don't hesitate to create your own custom field now. The second thing that's relevant to avoid having to say each time, every time in logistics I need to add this field. Well, every time you do something manually, every time you repeat it, it means you're missing an automation. So for that, make sure to manage your categories properly. I'm going to check my category, for example, supplier. I'm in my suppliers. I'm going to look at my category here, supplier. I've taken the example of a hotel. In the hotel, I absolutely want to have my Wi-Fi code every time. So don't hesitate to do it directly from your category. I'm going to go here and add my Wi-Fi code. From the moment I've put it in my category, that it's saved in the category, you now understand that every time I create a supplier and I say that this is a hotel, well, if I click on hotel, you see, for now, I have nothing on the right, a custom field. As soon as I initialize, there it is, I have my Wi-Fi code. So it's super important to organize things well, whether it's in products, in suppliers, directly, the fields that are useful to you. If I go look at my product categories, for example, I'm going to check, same thing, a hotel product. I'm going to edit. And you can see here in the logistics section, I have the option to add custom fields. It's the same thing, meaning that as soon as you confirm this product, which will become a service in logistics, you will then have all the necessary fields in logistics to ensure good logistics, and these elements can be communicated directly in your travel itinerary. So don't hesitate to properly structure your custom fields. It's something that will save you time. And above all, ask yourself if every time I have to manually click in To-Go to add a custom field, it means there's a missing step and I can optimize and automate it. That's it for this brief overview of custom fields, which you can find directly in your settings right here. Have a great day.